right. Well, this article is entitled "Cannabis Can Ease Cravings for Opioids," says UBC Research.
Mm-hmm.
New findings from research at the University of British Columbia suggest that cannabis can ease cravings for drugs, playing a role in addressing the ongoing opioid overdose crisis. A new publication from Dr. Hudson Redden, alongside UBC Okanagan's Dr. Zach Walsh and UBC Vancouver's Dr. MJ Milroy, observed that using cannabis is associated with decreased use of crystal meth among people at the highest risk of overdose in Vancouver's downtown east side. And for anyone who's not familiar with Vancouver's downtown east side, there's a lot of people who struggle with some serious addiction there.
That's like Skid Row kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
About 45% of the study's participants reported using cannabis to manage their cravings for stimulant drugs in the last 6 months, including powder cocaine, crack cocaine, and methamphetamines. A notable reduction in crystal meth use was observed among those who used cannabis for cravings management. The association was not significant for crack cocaine users.
We just mentioned there as well. Somebody did point out when we were speaking in the last article.
Yeah,
mentioned about addiction. Yeah, and how it helped this particular specific person come off opioids, and cannabis is used for that a lot as well. It helps people get off these harsh drugs. So it not only they can pretend it's a gateway drug, but that gate swings both ways. You know, a lot of people exit these harder drugs because of cannabis. You know,
I like that. The gate swings both ways.
Yeah, that's fucking poetic. That weed is good. That's some nice weed.
Somebody write that down.
Much. Somebody write that down quick. Make a t-shirt. Go.
Dr. Redden, the study's lead researcher, emphasized the potential of cannabis as a harm reduction strategy. Our findings are not conclusive, but do add to the growing scientific evidence that cannabis might be a beneficial tool for some people who want to better control their unregulated stimulant use, particularly for people who use crystal meth. This suggests a new direction for harm reduction strategies among people who use drugs. Dr. Walsh, a clinical psychology professor at UBCO and a leading substance use researcher, highlighted the importance of further investigation. While these findings are promising, they underscore the need for more comprehensive studies to understand the full potential of cannabis in the context of the overdose crisis. And it just talks about how they did the studies at the end. But I've seen a lot of studies like this and also just anecdotal stories from people who have found the same thing. And I mean, it seems like a pretty simple strategy to help people who are looking to use less, use not at all, manage cravings. Like, yeah.
I guess just help manage with your addiction, period. You know?
Yeah. It's an incredible plant, man. And it's like we've been doing this for a few years now, and still after all this time, I'm still constantly getting amazed by the things that this plant can do and the way it can help people with so many different things. And addiction is one of those, you know, of anything. Cannabis can help with so much, man. It's an amazing plant for sure. But, you know, cannabis can't help with the addiction of cannabis, though.
Yeah.
No, you got to get rid of cannabis for that. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I've seen loads of people talking about how cannabis helped them get off these opioids. And if you're going to take any kind of drug to relieve back pain or, you know, any joint pain in general, you know, joint pain, no pun intended, you know, people tend to prefer cannabis once they try it and don't listen to the stigma that's been put there for 50 years.
Yeah, we've talked to people. I mean, I remember some people. I believe Cannabis Cop was one of them that he talked about how he was in so much pain. It was opioids. He couldn't function anymore until he found cannabis. And so now, the situation like that, you know, it happens all the time. People will replace opioid pain relievers with cannabis and find that they can function better. It's not a fix-all, but it's good for some people.
That's right, man. That's right.
It'll be nice when doctors can prescribe cannabis before they prescribe opioids.
Or at least give people an option. You know what I mean?
Damn, it should be the first thing.
I think so, but
addictions from legally prescribed prescriptions, right? I've seen that lots of times.
Yeah, that's what most of the cases are, from people who get addicted to pain-killing opioids, and then when the prescription gets cancelled, they still need the opioids and pain relief, so they turn to the streets, or they can't afford the pills anymore. and they turn to the street to get the heroin, which is significantly cheaper than what their prescription was. And that, you know, I've said it before, you know, nobody when they're a kid is like, I can't wait till I'm older, I want to be a heroin addict. You know, it doesn't fucking happen on purpose. People find themselves there through a set of shitty circumstances, which maybe it was their fault, maybe it wasn't, you know, but people never intend to get there. So any way people can find to get off those terrible drugs, you know, is it's a good thing, man. And cannabis can help with that.
Yep.
The miracle drug.
Yep. I bet you alcohol can't help with that.
Yeah.
No.
Going back, comparing my article to this one, saying,
Something
yeah,
tells me it would make it a lot worse.
Yeah.
exactly. Add
It'd be
alcohol
like-
to the problem, we really got a problem now.
That's right. That's right. The inhibition goes, you know, you have a lot less self-control.
Yeah, judgment goes away. You'll be back on the bad stuff in a heartbeat after the alcohol kicks in.
Yes, just be careful out there, everybody. And, you know, if you are suffering with addiction in any way, don't feel ashamed. Find help if you feel as if you need help.
There are
There's
people
no
out
shame
there
in
that
it.
want to help you, people. So yes, by all means, ask for help.